Welcome to Megan Kane's weekly Q&A session. This week the topic is personal data. What is personal data?
Personal data is any type of personal information that, when grouped together, can collectively point you in the direction of a specific individual or help you identify a specific individual. For example, if you had someone's name just on its own and no other types of information alongside that, that technically wouldn't be classed as personal data because it can't identify one single person. But if you had someone's name, their job title and what company they worked for, then that together can lead you in the direction of one specific individual, help you identify them, and that would be classed as personal data. Within personal data there is different categories as well. For example, sensitive, which is also known as special category data, that is things like sexual orientation, their race, ethnic origin, political affiliation and so on. This needs to be treated with extra care alongside children's data as well, which in the UK specifically is anyone under the age of 13, so that's another one that needs to be treated quite carefully.
Why is data so important?
Nowadays companies can't really be a business without having personal data, so it's really important that they've got a good, nice niche set of data within their database that is appropriate for whatever their business processing is, ultimately to keep a business running and make money. That's why, just the way things work now, data is so important. A lot of people say that data is like currency, and it really, really is true, especially now in the digital economy that we live in.
How can you protect your data?
There's many different steps that you can take to protect your data. Of course, from a data protection compliance aspect, my first priority and the first thing I always look at when working with other companies is making sure that they've got all their data processing policies and procedures in place. So things that just cover your day-to-day processing of information, so data retention policies, having procedures in place for data breaches, any subject access requests or any rights requests at all across the board. Anything but your privacy notices, all your standard things that you've got to have in place. But then on top of that, you've also got to look at the cybersecurity side of things, because that's massive. Nowadays it's really, really common that companies get hacked, and there is unfortunately professional hackers out there that do that for a living. So it's really important that even though you look at the data protection side of things when it comes to compliance with your policies and procedures, that you're also taking into consideration your cybersecurity and physical security on whatever kind of building or office you're operating out of.
Thank you, Megan.